the age of 19, Sophie became pregnant. The girl did not expect this to happen, exactly when she decided to enter into a relationship of this kind for the first time in her life. Therefore, Sophie did not immediately understand that she was expecting a child. And when I realized nothing could be changed, the parents could not accept their daughter's shame and kicked her out of the house. Grandma Olivia turned out to be wiser. Nothing, granddaughter. God gave the child. He will give it to the child. We'll manage. She didn't blame Sophie for what happened. She never reproached her for anything. On the contrary, she took a close look at her granddaughter's health, her nutrition, and made sure that she regularly went outdoors. Sophie named her son William, who was born healthy and on time. In honor of my grandfather, the husband of my beloved grandmother. Olivia Smith seemed younger with the appearance of her great-grandson. I helped my granddaughter in everything. And when the baby grew up, she let Sophie go to work. "Don't worry about us, honey. We'll manage," she reassured the young mother. "Our William is a golden man, just like his grandfather. He is quiet, calm, and eats well. Work quietly. An extra penny won't hurt us." Time passed. William grew up a kind and intelligent boy. His mother and grandmother were proud of his success in kindergarten and then at school. A lot of resources and time were spent on this video. So if you are watching this video, please support me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Often in the evenings, the family liked to sit together, talk, listen to Olivia Smith's stories about the past, about her youth. One day, when Grandma remembered her childhood, school, and first love, William asked, "Grandma, were you beautiful when you were young?" "I don't know. It's like looking at it from the outside." "Do you have any photos?" "How not to be? I'll show you now." Olivia Smith went to her room and took out an old album, which she had not shown to her grandson before. "Look at this. This is me in the 10th grade. And this is already at the factory." "Yes, you were a beauty," William exclaimed, and looked at his grandmother in surprise. "And who is this?" The boy pointed to the man next to her. "This is your grandfather, William Adamson. There was a golden man. And this?" The grandson continued to ask questions. "And this is my son, and your grandfather is Connor William. A son? How long has he been dead?" the boy asked. "Why did he die?" Grandma frowned, he said. Something I didn't understand. Sophie, who was also looking at photos that she hadn't seen for a long time, got up and left the room. Well, how could she explain to a teenager why her own grandfather and grandmother still have not forgiven their dissolute daughter and have never looked at their grandson? Olivia Smith did not lie to William, who had trusted her in everything since childhood. She said simply, "You know, honey, it happens in life. The closest and dearest people suddenly become strangers. Someday I'll tell you why my son forgot he had a mother. Just, come on, not today. I don't want to spoil a wonderful evening." "Come on, Grandma. If you don't want to, don't tell me. You'd better admit it. Did you often go dancing? I don't suppose you've missed any school balls. Such a beauty must have had a lot of fans." "No, it's not," Grandma replied slyly, glad that her grandson had changed the unpleasant topic himself. "I've never been to a school ball. I just wasn't invited, and I didn't feel like dancing either. My mother had 6 of us, a little less. It was necessary to help. And our parents brought us girls up strictly. so I could only dream of a school ball. Just like Cinderella, William said thoughtfully, and changed the subject again. Sophia's parents showed up when William was already in his senior year. We came, so to speak, to look at our grandson and guide him on the right path. By that time, the guy already knew what had happened between the relatives on the eve of his birth. Olivia Smith, as promised, told him about it, carefully and tactfully, without accusing anyone of anything, without trying to turn his grandson against his relatives. William drew his own conclusions. I didn't run to meet my grandparents. I didn't ask my mother about anything. He just began to take care of her even more, realizing that he was her only support. After all, Sophie never tried to arrange her personal life. So when the unexpected guests came, no one rushed to their necks. They invited me to come through. We made tea with Grandma's livers. Well, should we introduce ourselves? Or will you tell your son who we are? Connor William finally spoke in a derogatory tone. I know who you are, William replied calmly, instead of his embarrassed mother. You are my mom's parents. And you, the guy nodded towards his grandfather, are my grandmother's son. Yes, not grandmother's, but great-grandmother's, Sophie's mother clarified. Your only grandmother is me. You're confusing something, dear. I have only one grandmother. Darling. And her name is Olivia Smith, William said with some mockery. Agree. The presence of common blood is not an indicator. Isn't that right, Grandma? The guy turned to Olivia Smith. Grandma didn't have time to answer, as William continued. Okay, I'll go. I have things to do. And you figure out for yourself why these people came to our house. William went out. There was a heavy pause in the room. The adults were silent, not knowing what to talk about. Come on, Connor Williams said to his wife. We shouldn't have come. And it's too late. I warned you. Wait, son. Olivia Smith stopped him. You have a wonderful grandson. He's offended, of course, but he has a reason for that. You are an adult, and you must try to regain the boy's trust. If you can, you'll get your grandson back. Well, if not, there is no trial. The man did not answer his mother and left. The would-be grandmother followed him. The last academic year is over. William passed all the exams perfectly. There is one last important moment left, the graduation party. The night before, a friend's boyfriend, dressed in a new suit, bought a gorgeous bouquet and called his apartment. Olivia Smith trotted to the door, opened it, and gasped. In front of her stood a handsome, very grown-up guy, her grandson. He came in, handed the flowers to his grandmother, and then, unexpectedly, got down on one knee and solemnly said, My dear beloved grandmother, I suggest you become my companion at the graduation party. You are welcome. Olivia Smith gave her grandson her hand. He stood up and lovingly hugged the one who became his second mother. A lot of resources and time were spent on this video. So if you are watching this video, please support me. Please like and subscribe to the channel.